Hi guys, I'm Ashley Rose, and today we're going to be talking about the full moon in Aries that happens on October 20th, 2021. A full moon is a time for completion, to harvest our manifestations and to celebrate the hard work that we've been putting in towards our intentions that we set during the new moon. It's a great time to look back at the new moon in Aries that happened in April, the intentions that we set then, and to compare them to what we're doing now. And are we still aligned with those intentions and those ideas? This full moon is in Aries, and the moon being our emotions, our nurturing side, our psychic abilities. We are tapped into that. It being in Aries loves passionately, and they're quick to anger. They can, be super energetic and naturally bold, but also have issues with egoism and rarely have a filter and love to be competitive and the best. They either are joy or a radiant bundle of energy, or can be a little difficult and deliberately combative. So today we are maybe feeling like the world doesn't quite make sense. So we have to go within, find ideas, find inspiration, and meaning to keep progressing forward. Mercury and Jupiter are finally direct, so we are going to be feeling lucky in what we're building and really jotting down what's important to us. Again, with those being direct, we feel like mentally clear, like the veil is lifted, and we can move forward in our business, in our communication, and we can rely on technology again. There's going to be less traffic, less running late, and we can just move a little bit smoother through life now that those things are working with us. Some of the core themes we are going to be feeling throughout this full moon is empathy, balance, confidence in our authenticity and our self-interest while taking action towards our desires. So it's going to be pushing us to make the changes that we need to make. And for some of us, that may feel irrational, and that may make us, or that may encourage us, to jump the gun in the moment, because we could be angered or frustrated, or just our emotions are heightened during this time, and we may make decisions out of those emotions. So it's going to be very important that we find empathy for ourselves, that we create space to work through what we feel is coming up. But it's really exciting because this full moon is pushing us to look at that as an opportunity to explore this process, and as evidence that when we work through them, we build our self-esteem, we build our confidence, that we can work through the things that are hard and the uncomfortable situations that can arise. The moon is in opposition with the sun in Libra, so that is, the sun in Libra, sorry. And so that just causes a little energetic tension and a nice little sprinkle on top to what we should be feeling during this time. The moon is squaring Pluto, so our emotions are squaring the planet of transformation, of change, the planet of upheaval and mood swings. So this could lead to compulsive and heightened emotional behaviors being brought to the surface as we are digging down to figure out what it is that we need to transform, let go of, and surrender. Again, the changes that we need to make to move forward and start making the steps, or start taking the steps towards this new beginning, towards our dreams and the things that we actually desire. It's a time to no longer get distracted by the practical, frivolous things going on, like what Susie said to Sally about John, or, our coworker at work, the mailman, our car not being the type of car I want, just little things like that. We no longer need to be centering our focus on. It is going to be super important that we lean on our empathy during this time and listen to our intuition when we are being safe with ourselves and when we're being safe with others. So it's really calling us to honor ourselves, honor our loved ones, and examine how we respect and maintain, I should say, our boundaries as well as others' boundaries. So there could be a lot of frustration around that. There's a lot of tension. But we're going to be keeping in the back of our mind this question of how do I hold space for myself and how do I hold space for loved ones as we go about the day and we can encounter situations that bring up these frustrating feelings of, anger or shame or guilt. Don't look at those and run. Look at them as an opportunity to explore and to change the reaction, to react or to respond, to respond more than react. We are going to become a conscious observer of how we feel when we are interacting with our loved ones and with our community. Going back to, creating a safe space for ourselves. When we take this time to create a safe space for ourselves, we can explore that and allow our desires to be present, our inspirations to arise. We then learn how to create a safe space for other people in our community. In the next couple months, it's going to be really important that we have a space where we feel strong in our community and strong in ourselves. The strongest elements that we are interacting with today are air and fire, and they are both masculine elements, masculine energy, and we're talking about those. We're talking about creation, building, and using our strengths to overcome the uncomfortable situations that can arise. So we're going to be building bridges with something we've been wanting, something that we've been wanting to connect with, as our many interests are accessible to us today. On a conscious level, we are ready to create beautiful things, right? Our sun is still in Libra, so we are still talking about beauty and charm and charisma and love. So we want to create beauty in our lives, in the world. And we're going to be asking ourselves the question of how am I going to get things moving on my own and not be discouraged by the difficulties, right? Again, so that's where we're going to use our power to overcome, and again, use that as evidence that we can, build things on our own. We can go through challenges on our own. We can, go through the hard stuff, and that builds our self-esteem, that builds our confidence, that builds our energy to continue moving forward to what it is that we're building and that we want to bring in our life. We keep that fire ignited and that love active inside of us. And when we do that, that comes from within, and that brings the balance in. As we are connecting with ourselves, again, that helps us connect with others and allows us to be creative about our life, because in our creativity, that is where we're going to be really feeling our freedom, and that's where we're really going to find it. And create an achievement that's important to you, that inspires other people. If you want to really get all that you can from this energy, focus on what you can do on your own and not what others can do. So no confusion, no explanation, no adaptability that other people need to be doing. This is on you and what you can do and what changes you can make for yourself. So watch out for any anger or, any type of tirades when presented with, any type of unjust information or, just feeling like you have low patience. Be careful of the anger that you express during this time, as that being something that needs our focus and our change. This is a time to commit to what you're scared of going after. So it's time for us to be honest with ourselves, be courageous towards our aspirations, and an amazing backbone for our mission, right? We need to take a look at where we are leading with fear, leading, with this scarcity mindset, and instead put our helmet on for the bumpy road that we might encounter. But this embodiment of change to go after those things anyways, because those are going to, bring happiness and bring joy and bring peace and balance to our existence and what we have going on. It's our time to trust ourselves and be the boss of our life and just go with it, because we are learning our independence in being our own pioneer. We find this big untapped into talent of our self-reliance and knowing that we can overcome blockages and faulty thinking, because it's those things that are keeping us scared and are keeping us, held back from going after what we truly believe is authentically us, and our ability to connect with the abstract. It's open right now, and it can be really easy if we are eager to, use this energy in a way that's motivating and in a way that's aligned with, ourselves and our purpose. So try not to take the day too seriously, knowing that there is a lot of bigger things going on behind the scenes. Before we leave, I want to go over a couple journal prompts that would be super helpful during this time. So one, we are going to want to journal, what is your default setting? Can't speak today. What is your default setting in a crisis? Do you go within or do you go without? Number two, what ways have you transformed or rebirthed yourself over the course of this year? What would new you do? Do your goals and dreams still resonate with where you're going? And number five, sorry if I've written down, what practice helps you process heavier emotions? So take a moment, write those down. They will be in the description box below. And I am just going to shuffle and get an affirmation for this new moon. Okay. When I'm connected to spirit, I feel a sense of certainty, magnitude, and ease that I've never known before. So we're going to get connected with our spirit through this full moon and allow your light to shine through any frustration, any anger, any moment of control that you feel that's not easy and that feels like friction. We're going to let it go. We're going to surrender. We are going to allow certainty, magnitude, and ease to create space and find a place of balance. All right. I love you guys. This full moon is going to be a little heavy, but we can make it through because there's so much greatness waiting for us on the other side of this. So I love you. I will see you back in the daily tarot readings. I hope you have a great day. Do a little ritual. Write some things you want to let go of and write some things you want to bring in during this next 6 months. You got this. Have a great day.